In South African rugby, few names have carried the weight of inspiration like Cornal Hendricks. Born on April 18, 1988, in Wellington in the Western Cape, Hendricks' life was defined by perseverance, flair, and an undying love for the game. His story was never one of easy success, but of hard-fought triumphs and courageous comebacks. Whether wearing the green and gold of the Springboks or the blue of the Bulls, Hendricks played with purpose. Tragically, on May 14, 2025, the rugby world lost this iconic figure to a suspected heart attack, cutting short a life that had already touched so many. From his earliest days in Boland, Hendricks stood out as a rare talent. He began his rugby career with the Boland Cavaliers, where he played at youth level and eventually graduated to the senior team. The Currie Cup Premier Division became his proving ground in 2008, where he made his debut against the Free State Cheetahs. Over 5 years, he grew into a critical player for the Cavaliers, fast, strong, and tactically sharp. It was here that Hendricks' professional character was formed, and where the first chapters of his legacy were written. By 2013, larger franchises were taking notice. The Cheetahs approached him for a Super Rugby contract, and Hendricks was set to make the jump to one of the sport's most competitive stages. But duty called elsewhere. Hendricks was already an integral part of the South African Sevens team. His speed and agility made him a natural fit in the fast-paced format, and he chose to fulfill his commitments there first. When he finally joined the Cheetahs in 2014, Hendricks wasted no time proving he belonged. In his Super Rugby debut against the Lions, he crossed the try line, a rare achievement that immediately set the tone for his time in Bloemfontein. Though the Cheetahs narrowly lost that match, Hendricks had made an undeniable statement. He was here to play, and he was here to win. But rugby, like life, is unpredictable. In 2016, Hendricks signed a 2-year contract with Western Province and their Super Rugby side, the Stormers. It was a homecoming of sorts, a chance to perform in front of Western Cape crowds that had followed his rise from local star to international name. However, a routine medical assessment revealed a serious heart condition. Suddenly, everything was in jeopardy. The diagnosis sidelined him from both teams, and his professional career appeared to hang by a thread. Most athletes would have stopped. Many would have given in to the uncertainty and the fear. But Hendricks wasn't most athletes. He remained active, resilient, and hopeful. In December 2016, it seemed a fresh opportunity had emerged. French rugby giants Toulon announced his signing for the remainder of the season. The news was met with excitement, but the agreement fell through almost immediately. Though the official reasons were never disclosed, many believed the health concerns were once again a decisive factor. Even through this turbulence, Hendricks' past achievements kept shining. His rugby sevens career remained one of his proudest chapters. Representing South Africa in the 2011-12 and 2012-13 IRB Sevens World Series, he helped the team secure vital wins and earned a spot at the 2013 Rugby World Cup Sevens. His ability to transition seamlessly between sevens and the 15-a-side game was rare and spoke volumes about his versatility and rugby intelligence. Perhaps the pinnacle of Hendricks' career came in 2014, when his consistent domestic form and sevens pedigree earned him a call-up to the Springboks. He was one of 8 uncapped players invited to the national training camp, a signal that his persistence had not gone unnoticed. On June 14th of that year, in front of a roaring crowd in Durban, Hendricks made his Test debut against Wales. True to form, he marked the occasion with a try, highlighting not just his skill, but his sense of occasion. Hendricks' Springbok journey included 11 Test caps, 5 tries, and 25 points. He scored against top-tier opponents: Wales, Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand. His tries weren't just statistics. They were moments of magic, often scored in tense, closely fought matches. One of the most memorable sequences came during the 2014 Rugby Championship, a gritty try in Salta against Argentina, followed by scores in back-to-back matches against the Wallabies and All Blacks. His international performances were fearless and flamboyant, everything one expects from a Springbok wing. Just when it seemed health would prematurely end his time on the field, Cornal Hendricks staged one of the most remarkable comebacks in modern rugby. In 2019, he joined the Bulls, and his return to form was nothing short of astonishing. Reborn in the blue jersey, he played a central role in their domestic dominance during the early 2020s. He helped the Bulls clinch consecutive Currie Cup titles in 2020 to 21 and 2021, as well as guiding them to the finals of the 2021 Pro 14 Rainbow Cup and the 2021-22 United Rugby Championship. The 2020-21 season was especially significant for Hendricks. Not only did he help his team win the Currie Cup, but he was also named the tournament's Player of the Year, a prestigious accolade that acknowledged his consistent brilliance and impact on the field. What made this achievement all the more special was that it came after years of uncertainty, medical challenges, and near retirement. For many fans and players, Hendricks' story became a symbol of hope, that setbacks could be overcome, and that passion could triumph over adversity. Off the field, Cornal Hendricks was known as a family man, deeply devoted to his wife and children. His humility, even at the height of his career, earned him the respect and admiration of teammates, coaches, and fans alike. He never forgot where he came from, and he never lost sight of the bigger picture. Rugby was his platform, but his purpose extended beyond the pitch. When news of his sudden death broke in May 2025, the reaction was immediate and heartfelt. Tributes poured in from across the rugby world, from former teammates and coaches to fans and rival players. Many remembered his unforgettable tries, but just as many spoke about his kindness, his resilience, and the quiet leadership he brought to every squad he was part of. Social media was flooded with clips of his most iconic moments: a try in Durban, a sidestep in Salta, a sprint in Pretoria. But what echoed most was the sense of loss, that a player and person of such integrity had been taken far too soon. Cornal Hendricks' story is not just a tale of rugby success. It's a story about human strength, about the ability to push forward when the world says stop, and about the power of sport to uplift and unite. He came from a small town and rose to international stardom. He faced life-threatening setbacks and returned to become the best in his field. He gave everything on the pitch and lived with humility off it. His legacy will endure in the try lines he crossed, in the trophies he helped lift, and in the hearts of those who watched him defy the odds. For young players dreaming of rugby glory, Cornal Hendricks remains a guiding light. His life reminds us that greatness isn't just measured by how many games you play, but by the spirit with which you play them. In the end, Cornal Hendricks leaves behind not just a record of sporting achievement, but a lasting message. Fight for what you love, rise above your challenges, and never, ever lose heart.